Thursday. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. They had no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Tua Tagovailoa gets set to lead this Dolphins offense for the first time.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in Week 2.
Throwing to start here is Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That's going to be caught by Waddle. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Ravens, they'll take over. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them pretty darn good with it. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
Another excellent season from Lamar Jackson that was cut short by ankle injury. and actually showed just how much he is valued as the leader of the Baltimore Ravens as they went 0-4 down the stretch and missed the playoffs without him. Prior to that, they were 8-5 in a tough AFC North, and he was on his way to his third 1,000-yard season as a runner and career-high marks as a passer.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It was Raekwon Davis with the tackle. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets your point in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Throwing is Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Nick Needham picks it off, and he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
So Miami coming out for their second drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Being chased out left. Another catch there for Waddle. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
And room there to work it inside the 25. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 75 yards, and a touchdown.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and reward was a nice day rushing the ball. Helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
Couple of Alabama guys here, Tua to Waddle for the Miami first.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Looking to pass. Tua. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down. Now Tua. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Michel is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. It's a loss. Down.
Come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Tua now, 3rd and goal. Along the sideline, Wilson with a grab. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. Their 2nd drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's 2nd down. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
It's amazing how much advice defensive players get on 3rd down. You hear the bench screaming out, watch the draw, watch the screen, watch the pass here. Very rarely do they reference watching the fullback, and he slipped through and picked up a 1st down.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Play action. It's Jackson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 30. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards.
That's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with 4th down. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Miami set to take over. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1? Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Tua sets up to pass it. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Jackson rolling to his right. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. Again, Jackson will keep it. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Jackson's going to look to run it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards that time, and a 1st down on the keeper.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he's tackled a yard short. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line. Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. And Jackson throwing once more. And he'll go right back to Andrews. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson.
And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You know, when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Forced out to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those blockers and move them so that you have clear vision of Lamar Jackson, and hopefully you can hem him in.
They're going for it with Dobbins.
And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10
at their own 16.
He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds.
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Tua. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Odafe Oweh showing off the pass rush skills.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Wilson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. From the gun, it's Tua. Escaping the pressure right.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against them throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Here's Hill on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Open man, it's Preston Williams. And they'll bring him down right at midfield, and he is well short of the 1st down.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half. Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson now. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side. So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime. Need to give the coach some highlights here. Yes, we do. And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt a kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot. The throw over the middle taken in. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Here's Jackson to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Andrews. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards you needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot. And you and I both know that every coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it. Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late. They're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Tucker's kick is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the fourth quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start by running the option to the right. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. That's into the hands of Crochet. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Watch out for Hill on the return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Eluding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And the Ravens taking the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, Jackson.
He finds Bateman over the middle.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews.
And he will have a Ravens first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 2nd down, it's Edwards. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On 2nd down, here's the option.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jackson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Another carry now for Edmonds. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Oh, the return is Prochet. Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
Now 2nd and 11 from the 32.
Throwing is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
Dodges him at the 50, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. From the 41, Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jackson, a slant route caught by Bateman. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll run the option right here on 1st down. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? They'll look to run with Edwards. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and that'll push the lead to 11-3. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
From the 29, Tua over the middle. He's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Michelle running up the gut. Calais Campbell on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game, telling all their teammates, maybe I should shift over to offense. I've got skills. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I always find myself cheering for them after they intercept it. Unfortunately here, he couldn't make it into the end zone. Jerome Baker crashing downhill and getting the stop.
Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Operating from the gun, Jackson.
That one complete to Prochet.
And he's taken down inside the 30. The result of first down is a quick slant gets him 14.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Dobbins running out of the gun. To about the 26 here.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself, because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And they'll try the option on first and goal.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play, because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's second and goal. Looking to throw. Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews. His first touchdown of the new season.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit, in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
From the 35 on second down, Tua dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up fourth down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And now here come the Ravens. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
On third down, Jackson. And he'll be brought down shy of the first down marker at the 11. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10.
Miami's offense set and ready to go. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Hill. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now we'll run straight ahead with Edmonds. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua steps away to his left. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. The Dolphins on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. It's brought in by Wilson. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. Alec Ingold, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Jackson going to keep it running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, 1 cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now it's Jackson. He's able to find Wallace. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Tua going to throw. And he completes it to Wilson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now an open man, that's the tight end Gesicki. It's complete. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Tua. Flushed out right.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Wilson's got it complete. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be second down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Caught, it's Wilson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important 4th down. Here's Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 45 yards. And the Dolphins have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. Tua. And he's going to be sacked. They came after him. He couldn't get away. And this remains a 2-point game. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Down at the 35, it'll be second down.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a gain of 3 there, and that should be just about all she wrote. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home,
that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Baltimore, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo